Melbourne, and off we go. The Bunnies trying to stop their slide. Melbourne going for 3 straight wins for the first time this year. And it's Kalamatangi who's first to hit it up. As Grant from the back of the scrum onto Howarth. Third game back from a shoulder injury. Melbourne with the first chance to put points on the board. Anderson becoming a regular on the wing these last few games. Grant. Kamikamica over the 10, straight into Humphries and Aiken. So Melbourne inching closer here. Oh, Grant just strolls over. Oh boy, Harry Grant under the posts. And Melbourne are off and running. They scored with their first chance.
Well, they certainly did, Dan. It was Harry Grant, wasn't it? The man from Wednesday night who led Queensland. And he was brilliant out of dummy half. A little bit of deception showed to his right-hand side. Just a little...
Eerie atmosphere here. There's a lot of smoke. We had the fireworks go off before. It's such a still night in Sydney that the smoke has hovered. And Pappenhausen drills it. Ahead of the clock, the Storm, 6-0. And it's a remarkable winning streak Craig Bellamy has over Wayne Bennett. Wayne Bennett, think one of, if not the greatest coach of all time. And yet Bellamy has 14 in a row against Wayne Bennett over a number of years.
And it's the longest winning coaching streak against someone, isn't it? Wayne Bennett is lost. He's won only 10 times in 44 outings to Craig Bellamy.
Yeah, less than 25%, well under 25%. So here we go, Melbourne off to a flyer, and it's Kamikamica who's dealt with here. So Utoi Kamano and Liero coming off the bench here for Melbourne, 2 of the Origin players. Josh King with Asiva Solomona. They've won 20 of their last 24 when Asiva Solomona has played for Melbourne. Since the start of 2024, that's a strong run for Katoa. There he is, the big fella. Katoa was man of the match, by the way, in the last game they played, so strong run from him. And now following that, it comes away from Bloor, and Anderson released down the sideline. Munro chasing. The kick sees Hughes on his own. Hughes takes it and is under the post. An electrifying start for the Melbourne Storm. 2 tries inside the first 6 minutes.
Oh, what about this start from the Melbourne Storm? Terrific stuff from the kickoff. They've just scored 6 points. South Sydney kicked off, and then they marched the ball downfield. Some good inside passing, little offload here, and away the Storm go. You got it right. And the Storm, what a start.
So Pappenhausen here gets 2 from 2. Wow, Melbourne red hot. As for Solomona, who got straight past Humphries, and then the ball comes out. Another let off in the Storm.
Another let off, Nelson. I'm not sure if he tried to.
But can they cash in? They tend to do their best attacking late in games. The 14, Ryan Gray, played 50 minutes last week on debut. Totola a little flat-footed, but South's inside the 20. This could really set the game up nicely here if South can bridge this gap to 6 points. Kalamatangi on. There it is. There's Alex Johnston. 2-0-3. 9 tries away from Rugby League's untouchable record. He's getting closer, and it comes off a typical Latrell Mitchell special.
Well, that's more like South Sydney. We know that left edge is lethal, and Johnson is the benefactor of all of this lethal work.
Pappenhausen, short ball, Bloor. Anderson holds it. Anderson lost the ball. He's put it down.
Oh, no way.
He did the hard part, but he just couldn't get it over. Great save from the Bunnies.
Oh, it was an excellent save, Dan.
Last play of this first half, it would seem, and Katoa is just going to take the tackle. And this game could have been well and truly gone by now, but that is not the case. South Sydney are still in. This could really light South Sydney up here if they could get one early in this second period. Kalamatangi passing. White with Cooper. Duncan, just outside the 10. South's one try was on their left side as it comes to Kalamatangi down the middle. Oh, and falls on his front, but held down by Liera. Back to the left from Gray. Out to White. On to Mitchell. The double pump. Johnston, yes! Johnston in again. 8 from the record. And South 4 points closer. And this is game on.
Well, they're thundering back into the game, aren't they? South Sydney on the back again of another Melbourne Storm error. This lethal left.
South have lost their last 3. A chance here against a very good side, and now Munro released down the sideline. He sees plenty of Melbourne jumpers, so he goes himself, and Munro patiently taken on the 10. Now it comes to the deadly left. Mitchell.
No way!
Johnston. He's got 3. It's 2:05, and it's South Sydney. Tied the game. Mitchell. Johnston. This combination has got South Sydney back in business and a chance to take the lead.
That is fantastic rugby league from South Sydney. Munro, what a fine young player.
When he could have kicked, he could have passed, but he took the tackle. Mitchell, can he put South in front? And it's holding. He's got it! South in front! But they're being tested now, South, for the first time in this second half. Utoi Kamanu. Duncan on the ground briefly. Duncan slowly getting back to his position as Ball closing in on the 20. Thought that was questionable, that pass?
Thought it was, but he got away with it, Munster.
King. Tackle number 4, as you can see on your screen, with Grant now to Munster. Munster with a bit of timing to Pappenhausen. Out it goes Anderson. Anderson, oh, has he put a foot on the line? If he hasn't, he scored and put Melbourne back in front. And Anderson gets his first try. And we'll wait and see a replay here, but this looked like a comfortable put down.
I thought it was. Again,
Yes. What do you think?
I think over, yeah.
Certainly a deliberate lead up, and nice and straight, although, kisses the upright and through. Melbourne 18, South Sydney 14. That's as happy as he's looked in about an hour.
Well, he's smiling on the inside, though, because it was the big 3 involved here. Grant to get the restart for the dropout. Munster and Pappenhausen all involved there. Of course, Anderson was the try scorer. He did well as well. Good timing again onto the football. Well, we've got a game in our hands, Dan. Back on.
10th try of the year for Grant Anderson. Craig Bellamy has spoken so glowingly about him, and it looks like his time at Melbourne coming to an end at the end of this season. Utoi Kamanu carries it forward. Well, credit to Melbourne. They've been way off the pace, but they only had that deficit for 3 minutes. Looking straight back into action.
Yeah, they look to have a bit more energy now with their carries and they play the ball speed.
Now Grant. Intercept! This is 4! 2:06! He's piling him up! Johnston!
He might get there tonight!
This is just remarkable. Alex Johnston with an intercept try.
Well, just when we thought the Storm were starting to get some safe football, trying to shift the ball out of their half.
My goodness. What a play. Forget the records. That's an extraordinary play to give South the momentum back, and Mitchell guides it through. Well, this game, let's be honest, Kev. 11:26 to go. Mitchell, even off a flat-footed start, he can get plenty on his kicks. Fa'alogo coming forward. Oh, fantastic catch. And now he's away. Fa'alogo in the clear for the first time tonight. He's only got the fullback in front of him. Inside to Wishart. Wishart is going to get there. And Melbourne are back in front. Fa'alogo stamps his mark on this game. And the Melbourne Storm retake the lead.
Fa'alogo, what a play from the young man. A huge kick, wasn't it, from Latrell Mitchell? And The South Sydney chase just wasn't in a line, and he caught it.
Inside the last 10 minutes. A seesawing second half, and Pappenhausen drills it. Kalamatangi. If he's tired, he's not showing it there. 22 runs now. Here is Hubner. Hubner to Humphries at the line. Whiten holds on to it. Storm have done a very good job on Whiten.
He's a threat with that ball in hand, though, isn't he, running?
Yeah, he was a problem for them in Melbourne a few weeks. Oh, the kick in for Mitchell. Munro coming through. No one near him. Munro takes it. Munro scores. Game time. Incredible play from Mitchell. And Munro is over the line. Oh, now a kick to take the lead. The Stones to kick so early in the count. And now we have a momentous kick to give South Sydney the lead.
Now just watch the combination here, Dan. Munro knows the kick's on. He goes early and he leads.
The game on his boot. And here he comes. He tries to nurse it through. He tried to stroke it through. 24 all. And now Golden Point on the horizon. Pappenhausen's about 15 metres behind the play, just left of the post. Here he comes. Pappenhausen has got it. Pappenhausen gets the win for the Melbourne Storm. And the Storm have outlasted the Bunnies in a second half epic. It's Ryan Pappenhausen